what's really good? How about cherry blossom cupcakes? Wouldn't that be something? Wow, I said. Now what do I need to make these cherry blossom cupcakes? Well, I'm going to tell you. What you're going to need is a cake mix. Now, you be the judge of the cake mix, what you want. But I'm using a Betty Crocker super moist cherry chip cake. Because I've tried these before and they're really good. So, need a cake mix. Definitely. And you're going to need eggs. I use 2 large eggs. You're going to need vegetable oil. Vegetable oil. Some water or milk. I don't go fancy, I use water. That's very, very good. You're going to need some icing. I got 2 here. Of course, Betty Crocker, of course. But I don't promote products. I just know what I like to use. And honestly, what's on special? Yeah. What I can afford on a budget. So I've got 2 here. I got chocolate, vanilla. Chocolate, milk chocolate. Chocolat au lait. Yeah, and vanille. For the French, the Français. Yes. And now for the cherry blossom, pow. Maraschino cherries. You gotta have the cherries. Ooh, I better start baking. Okay, cherries, and you're gonna need chocolate, a chocolate bar, or 2, depending how many you make. I got 1 out for now. And you're gonna need some of these cupcake liners. Yeah. Cupcake liners. Probably also need a cheese grater. Cheese grater. Why I'm doing this, because my microphone is up top. I'm putting it there so I don't get the shock. You know, the shock that's not absorbed to the microphone that gives it that boom, boom, boom sound. So, but it still should come in pretty good. Okay, now let's get going here. Okay. So, start. Cake. Very important. Can't make a cake without cake mix. I hope everybody's having a lovely Easter. And you wonder sometimes, wow, you know, that I get these feelings of, you know, wanting to bring joy and happiness to everyone. Because that's what we should all feel. No pain, no suffering, no hate, no war. Just love. That's all we need. Just love. Okay, now we've got our cake mix. I'm going to start by adding just half a cup of water, because it says 1 cup of water. Just want to add half a cup of water. Then I'm going to break my eggs into the other half cup of water. Yes. Boing. And I want to mix it up. So basically half a third a cup of oil. So add my oil. Top it off. A lot of times I don't measure, I just have an idea. Now, mix all that together with our cake mix. If you could smell this, if you like cherries, of course. I know I could break out the mixer, but that wouldn't be very relaxing, would it? I'll try not to make a mess. That's one thing in the kitchen. I'm good for making a mess. Yes. But, like they say, if you succeed in making some of a mess, that means that you are good at what you're doing. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm gonna let this just set for a little bit. Wow. We put in our liners for our cupcakes. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. Wait. I can't forget something. Yes. We have to oil. Even if this is a non-grease cupcake pan, a non-stick. What am I saying? Non-grease. Non-stick. You still want to grease the top of the pan because you don't want to have a mess afterwards. It sticks. Just a dab. Anybody else celebrating their birthday today? Let me know. That would be cool. Okay. Now we can have our little cupcake liners. You don't have to put cupcake liners in if you don't have any. Just grease your pan. But I had them, so why not? Two in here. And sometimes they stick. Aha, I told you. Aha. I think they stuck. A reject. That was a reject. I want it. In there. Sit down. Get in there. Okay. Now, we've got our cupcake liners in. Now we're going to start putting in the cake. They say you can make 24, 22 cupcakes. 22 cupcakes. Okay, that seems pretty good. Now comes the fun part. I'll start by putting one in first. In each one. This is just going to help to stick the paper down, hold it down. Now we'll go for another one. Yeah, when I concentrate, I'm quiet. What am I doing here? I got quite a bit left. Can I add half? Can I do halvesies? Let's see if I can do some halvesies here. Don't want to have to end up making another little tiny cake. I want them to explode anyways. Well, not in the literal form. You know, I want them to rise and shine. I think we're going to be able to do it. Told you I'd make a mess. See, I'm dripping. But it doesn't matter. Because they're still going to be very good. Okay. Now, I got to get these in the oven. So we're going to cook them. And then they got to cool so we can ice them and decorate them. That's where we're going to get our cherry blossom effect. So we'll be back after. So now we're back, and I've taken the opportunity to start cutting out the cupcakes now that they've baked and risen or rise. So while they're still warm, what I'm doing is I'm cutting out, I'm hollowing them out. Just to show you one here, I'm just hollowing them out so I can add the cherries. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, wow. There. Now we got all these these cupcake pieces. Now they're all hollowed out. Now, the cherries. But before we put in the cherries, I've got my vanilla icing. What I did is I just took some out and I melted it in the microwave, because you can't put it in otherwise. And you just want to add a little dab in each one. Not much. Just a little dab. A little dab takes you a long way. Just add some. Maybe a little bit more in this one, and a little bit more in this one. Don't want to waste. Finish up that one. Okay. Okay, that's good. Now, got our vanilla icing. I like that. So, cherries. I'm not going to be able to do that like that. I have to put it in a bowl here. I'm going to put it in a bowl. some juice. And cherries. You want to add one cherry. Now, we've got our cherries. They're in each cupcake. Now you want to add in the sauce, the juice. You want to add at least 2 teaspoons of cherry juice. Yeah. I need more. I need more cherry juice. I need more cherry juice. Now that we've got our cherry juice in there with our cherries, just gonna put that up a bit here. Need our chocolate. Gotta have the chocolate. You can basically, like I said before, you can use any kind of chocolate bar. It's up to you. I don't want to grade the paper. There. Now, got our chocolate grated. Bring back our cupcakes. Now you want to add a teaspoon of grated chocolate. Just want to fill the holes or the craters. pack it in a bit. Like I said, it's possible that one chocolate bar isn't enough. So you might, depending on your cupcakes, how deep you dig them, you might want to add more, maybe. Possible. So now you can put them back in the oven for a little bit for the chocolate to melt. Or if you're adventurous, okay, now you want to take your little cupcake tops, put them back on, I'm sorry, I didn't number them, so I don't know which one goes where, but normally they fit pretty good. So I see, and everything's hidden, nothing shows. You gotta press them down. Press everything in there. Don't be shy. Press it all in. Yeah. There. Get in there, you. Hey. It's possible some come popping back up a bit. Just repress them down. Get them in there. You got it? The juices are flowing. There. Now that all the tops are popping back on, now we got the chocolate icing. I'm not an icing pro. I think I would have to move them out of the pan to do a good job. I'm just going to make a mess this way. I take them out, put them in, but I didn't take out another container. Let me just get one out here. Uh-oh. Glue the center back in. Yeah, but depends how much icing you want on them. I don't want to make them overly sweet, because you know real cherry blossoms, they're really sweet. But you can fancy them up, you know, as you go. You know, you can add some sprinkles if you want. Dress them up as you seem fit. Don't forget, they're your cupcakes. It's not, gonna need a better platter. Yeah, I'm gonna need something better than that. In the kitchen, it's always an experiment. Yeah. You're always learning new things, trying new things. But I say go for it. Like they say, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. I might not have enough chocolate icing. Well, if my container would have been brand new, I would have. But I used some before. Of course. You can hear the wind. It's blowing on my fan cover outdoors. I'm doing this my way, but look, when you're in the kitchen and you're making your own, you know, if you come up with better ideas and use your imagination, let yourself go wild. Maybe you have a better idea. So let's say go for it. Do it. You know. I will say, too, the main thing is that you do it. Sometimes we debate ourselves and say, you know, should I do it? You know, is it worth it? All that work and, you know, all the dirty dishes. But believe me, when you taste the final product, then you're going to say to yourself, well, I guess it was worth it. Especially for myself, when I'm cooking or when I'm doing something, and then I realize, you know, okay, well, what about tomorrow? Oh, I have no dessert for tomorrow, or I have no lunches for tomorrow, or I have no snacks for tomorrow. So then you don't have a choice. You have to get in the kitchen and you have to get baking. So, there. Now my cupcakes are made. All I have to do is add a couple of candles and make a wish for my birthday. So, for all of you out there, give it a try. And like I said, if you have better ideas, let me know in the comments. So, we love you. Take care. And have yourself a cherry blossom cupcake. It should be good. But I'm not going to try one right now. Because I always have salty before sweets. And right now I'm craving something salty. So, take care. Bye for now. Bye. And happy Easter. Yeah. All right. Little thumb.